From the Sony Pictures Studios, this is Jeopardy!
Hello, it's time for Jeopardy! Good luck to all our players. We've got some really interesting categories for you today.
Saints, 19th century politicians, mountains, J, food file, J in quotation marks, zoology, U.S. skyscrapers.
Player one, you have the honor.
Dried meat in strips.
Player one. To be sure. All right, pick again.
This hot pepper is named for the capital of Veracruz, Mexico.
Player one. That's it. All right, pick again.
It's a long, plump Spanish almond.
Player three. Why, yes. Your choice, player three.
Colorado's Arapahoe Peak is located in the front range of these mountains.
Player one. Yes, indeed. Player one, what'll it be?
These tiny fruit-flavored candies once may have contained the juice of the fruit in their name.
Player one. To be sure. All right, pick again.
This mild Swiss-style cheese comes from Norway.
Player three. Correct. Player three.
Skyscrapers in this city include 191 Peachtree Tower, Weston Peachtree Plaza, and 1 Peachtree Center.
Player two. Yes. Okay, player.
This northwest city's Columbia Seafirst Center is more than 300 feet taller than its Space Needle.
Player one. You are correct. Player one, you choose. Answer, early double. Player one, please make your wager.
Tenocphalides phalis is a flea best known for pestering these animals.
Player one. That's it, exactly.
All right, pick again.
These flat-tailed, web-footed dam builders can weigh more than 90 pounds.
Player one.
That's right. All right, pick again.
The Chinook is the Pacific variety of this fish that migrates the farthest.
Player three.
Exactly.
Player three, it's your turn.
No actual details are known about the life of this patron saint of England.
Player three.
Good guess, but that's wrong.
Player two.
That's it, exactly.
Player two.
Saint Erasmus, the patron saint of sailors, gets all fired up under this other name.
Player two. You are correct.
All right, pick again.
He's known for asking Jesus, Quo vadis, Domine? And being crucified upside down.
Player three.
You are correct.
Contestant three, it's your turn.
Less than 3 years after his debates with Lincoln, he died of typhoid fever.
Player two. Yes.
Player two, what'll it...
After retiring in 1869, this Secretary of State traveled the world, including a stop in Alaska.
Player two. Right you are.
All right, pick again.
In Washington, D.C.'s Statuary Hall, a sculpture of this orator represents New Hampshire.
Player three.
Why, yes. Player three, you choose.
In 1840, great masses of this mountain, where Noah's Ark landed, were torn loose by an earthquake.
Player three. Exactly.
All right, pick again.
10 mountains in this South American chain exceed a height of 22,000 feet.
Player three.
Yes, indeed. You're not far back now. All right, pick again.
Adams Peak, a sacred mountain in this island nation, is called Samanala in Sinhalese.
Player three. You are correct.
All right, pick again.
Dapsang and Chicori are local names for this, the world's second tallest mountain.
Player two. That's right.
What'll it be, player two?
St. Basil the Blessed was an advisor to the Tsar in this city. A church there is named for him.
Player two. Right you are.
All right, pick again.
In the name of St. Gregory Thaumaturgus, Thaumaturgus means wonder worker in this language.
Player two.
To be sure. All right, pick again.
This great pacificator helped negotiate the Treaty of Ghent, which ended the War of 1812.
Player two. That's correct.
All right, pick again.
He served in Congress and in New York State Senate before his arrest for fraud in 1871.
Player 3.
Yes. That puts you in the lead.
Player 3, your turn.
It's the common Spanish term for a small donkey that's used as a pack animal.
Player 1.
That's it exactly. Player 1, you choose.
Seen running across ceilings, this tropical lizard is the only lizard with a distinct call other than a hiss.
Player 2. Yes, indeed.
Player 2, what'll it...
In the 1970s, windows kept falling out of this city's new John Hancock Tower.
Player 3.
To be sure. What will it be, Player 3?
One Liberty Place in this eastern city rises 63 stories.
Player 2. That's it.
And to finish the board,
Nations Bank Corporate Center towers 871 feet over this city, North Carolina's largest.
Player 3.
Yes.
Well, that brings us to the end of the first round.
Let's look at the total scores so far.
All right, it's time for Double Jeopardy. Let's get to the categories for Double Jeopardy.
economics, authors, Smithsonian TV props, apostles, odds and ends, music of the 90s.
Let's begin, Player 1.
His 1995 Greatest Hits album featured several new tracks with the E Street Band.
Player 1.
That's it exactly. All right, pick again.
Bohemian Rhapsody, one of this group's early hits, returned to the top 10 in 1992.
Player 1.
To be sure. All right, pick again.
Her 1990 music video, Justify My Love, went multi-platinum.
Player 1. That's correct.
All right, pick again.
In 1995, this 1977 Fleetwood Mac LP became the USA's second best-selling album of all time.
Player one.
Exactly. All right, pick again.
In 1992, this country superstar's The Chase entered the country and pop album charts at number 1.
Player one.
To be sure. All right, pick again.
Holy Saturday is observed the day before this holiday.
Player three.
You are correct.
Player three, what'll it be?
A silver wedding anniversary celebrates this many years of marriage.
Here is the correct response.
Player three, you choose.
This author of I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings was born Marguerite Johnson.
Player three. You are correct.
All right, pick again.
As a youngster, this Billy Budd author worked in his brother's fur store in Albany.
Player three. Yes.
All right, pick again.
He was born Truman Streckfus Persons on September 30, 1924, in New Orleans.
Player three.
That's it, exactly. All right, pick again.
The answer is a video daily double.
Player three, we have your wager, please.
From 1846 to 1849, he was surveyor of the port of Salem, Massachusetts.
Take a look at your monitor.
Player three. Oh, I'm sorry.
Here is the correct response. All right, pick again.
Sherwood Anderson helped this Mississippi author publish his first novel, Soldier's Pay.
Player two.
To be sure.
Player two.
It's the unit of currency of the most populous country in North America.
Player one. You are correct.
What'll it be, player one?
This city is Ohio's principal port on the Ohio River.
Player two.
You are correct.
Player two, your
A hand phaser from the 60s science fiction series is there. Hope it's set on stun.
Player one. You are correct.
Your choice, player one.
The first 5 letters of the Greek alphabet are alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and this.
Here is the correct response. It's your turn, player one.
It's the number of items in a devil's dozen, or in a baker's dozen.
Player one. Correct. You're in first place all by yourself. All right, pick again.
Her charwoman costume is on display.
Player 3.
You are correct.
Contestant 3, it's your turn.
Jesus told him, I am the way, the truth, and the light.
Player 2. Correct.
Player two, your turn.
Jesus told him, fear not, from henceforth thou shalt catch men.
Anybody?
Here is the correct response. Player two, you choose.
Jesus found him sitting at the receipt of custom, which means collecting taxes.
Player 2.
You are correct. All right, pick again.
Considered the first called, he's also alphabetically first on the lists in the New Testament.
Player 3.
That's it exactly. All right, player three. Answer, early double. Player three, we have your wager, please.
A seltzer bottle used by this howdy-doody clown is part of the collection.
Player 3.
To be sure. All right, pick again.
The museum has a pith helmet and a safari jacket worn by this Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom star.
Player 2. Right you are.
Your choice, player two.
In 1990, about 2/3 of Americans over 65 relied on this for over half their income.
Player 3. Correct.
What will it be, player three?
The Laffer, the Phillips, and the Lorenz are examples of these lines used by economists.
Player 2.
That's correct.
Player 2, what?
Luke said Satan entered into this apostle.
Player 2. Yes, indeed.
All right, pick again.
The high-yield, high-risk bonds of the 1980s were known by this four-letter word.
All right, pick again.
The formula to determine this, the CPI, is basically the Laspeyres index formula.
Player 2.
Right you are.
And to finish the board,
A Detroit Tigers baseball cap and a Hawaiian shirt came from this show.
Player 2.
That's it exactly.
That's the end of Double Jeopardy.
Let's take a look at the scores.
Take a look at the category for Final Jeopardy.
Botany.
Player 3, could we have your wager, please? Player 1, please make your wager. Player 2, your wager, please. Here's the Final Jeopardy answer.
Let's see how everyone did.
Thanks, Johnny. Player 3, your question? That's right. And your wager was? That puts you in the lead. Player 1, your question? That's right. And your wager was? You're in the lead. Player 2, let's take a look at your question. Sorry, that's incorrect. Let's see how much it cost you. Oh, I guess it's just not your day.
Congratulations, Player 1. You're the Jeopardy champion.
Thank you all so much for playing Jeopardy. Bye for now.